We living in some dark times, so I'm always on the front line, gotta ride for the Akim. Prophets high, ain't no stopping them.
You want to hear the whole thing again, sister? Or just the last part?
That's exactly what I'm going through. I was over there asleep, and when I heard him say that, it woke me up.
Okay. All praise to the Most High. Let's read it again. Go to let's read from Deuteronomy. We start at the top again. We'll start at the top first.
Wow.
Let's get it. You happen to be, hey, we was up here for a reason. We was about to go downtown.
I'm trying to tell you, you was up here for a reason. I really needed to hear that. That's exactly what I'm going through right now. Where you was talking about returning to the house, and you was talking about how it sounded to me like somebody was just read it again.
Yeah, let's read.
So I can get it down pat. I needed to hear that.
Deuteronomy 20 from the top. When thou goest out to battle against thine enemies, and seest horses and chariots, and a people more than thou, be not afraid of them. For the Lord thy God is with thee, which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. And it shall be, when you are come nigh unto the battle, that the priest shall approach and speak unto the people, and shall say unto them, Hear, O Israel, Hear, O Israel, ye approach this day unto battle against your enemies. Let your hearts let not your hearts faint. Fear not, and do not tremble. Neither be ye terrified because of them. For the Lord your God is he that goeth with you to fight for you against your enemies, to save you. And the officer shall speak unto the people, saying, What man is there that hath built a new house, and not dedicated? Let him go and return unto his house, lest he die in the battle, and another man dedicate it. Verse 6, And what man is he that hath planted a vineyard, and not eaten of it? Let him also go and return unto his house, lest he die in the battle, and another man eat of it. Verse 7, And what man is there that hath betrothed a wife, and not taken her? Let him go and return unto his house, lest he die in the battle, and another man take her. Verse 8, And the officer shall speak further unto the people, and they shall say, What man is there that is fearful and faint-hearted? Let him go and return unto his house, lest his brethren's heart faint as well as his heart.
And we out here for you, sister. You happen to hear the word today, sister. We definitely out here for you. And what we come out here to do is that we teach the Bible each and every week. We come out and let blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians know that we're the Israelites according to the Bible. This whole book that we've been reading, when we sit up in these churches, this book been talking about us this whole time. You see what I'm saying? Why we in the ghettos? Why we in the ghettos? Why we in the prison houses and stuff like that? Why we getting gunned down in the streets every 24 hours by a racist cop? You know what I'm saying? This whole book is talking about that, sis. And what we out here to let you know, regard whatever you're going through, understand that the Most High God, He's watching. You know what I'm saying? You happen to see us, you ran into us out here today. You didn't even know. Like you said, you was over there asleep. But that word wakes you up, man. It's that word. It's the word that quickens. You see what I'm saying? And what we come out here to do is just to let our people know that y'all got to understand what how the Most High God feel about y'all. He love our people. But what we got to do, we broke the commandments as a people. As a nation, we broke His commandments. Go to Deuteronomy 28:15. I'm going to show you something, sister.
Deuteronomy 28:15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all His commandments.
So it says, if thou wilt not hearken to observe to do all the commandments of the Most High God. We're going to see what it's going to say after that.
And to observe to do all His commandments and His statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So it said all these curses was going to come upon us and overtake us. So when you really look at it, a lot of times, like even like probably your grandmother or something like that, they say it's like, man, it seems like we just under like generational curses or something like that. Well, they right. Because what happened was, just like we just read, God put the Israelites are under a curse because they broke His commandments. And the only way to reverse that curse is for us to start keeping God's commandments again. We got to come back to His commandments. God is saying right now, what God is saying to you, sis, is come back. That's what He's saying, is come back. You know what I'm saying? And that, you got to
So, yeah, I was going to bring you on.
How you doing, sister?
What's that scripture that I can give her?
Which one?
If you love me, keep my...
Oh, yeah. Go to it. We got something. Go to 1 John 5:3. 1 John 5:3, NLT. I want to show you something because a lot of times, like, we get the concept of loving God. We get that concept twisted. You know, a lot of times, like, for instance, like, if I sit up there and tell my sister or my brother or somebody like that, or even if your mom tells you they love you, but if they doing actions that's contrary to, you know, them showing that they love you, they don't love you. You see what I'm saying? Like, you're sitting up there telling me you love me, but you're doing everything contrary to what you're showing, to what you're saying. Your lips is not matching up with what your heart is doing. You see what I'm saying? What your action is doing. And what the Most High God, his real name is Yahweh, what he's asking for our people is, show me that you love me. So let's see what he says in the Bible.
This is 1 John chapter 5, verse 3. For this is the love of God that we... So I'll start over. 1 John 5 and 3. For this is the love of power, that we keep his commandments. All right, so 1 John 5, 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous.
So it says, this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments. So to show that you love God, you have to keep his commandments. That's what God just you know, it's like we look to our mother and we look to our mothers and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Our mother shows us she loves us. How she shows us she loves us. She, you know, she makes sure we eat. She keeps food, you know, food on the table. She makes sure we have clothes. All these different things our mother did for us. You know what I'm saying? It showed us, it was a testament to us that she loved us. You see what I'm saying? And God is saying the same thing. I want you to show me you love me indeed. You know, we sit up here and we talk about all day, I love God, all this, all that. But I want you to show me that you really love me. And what you got to do is actions that got to follow. Now let's read it. We're going to read it again so you can hear it clearly.
This is 1 John chapter 5, verse 3 in the New Living Translation. Loving God means keeping his commandments.
Loving God means keeping his commandments. So the way you show you love God is by keeping his commandments. You see what I'm saying, sis? Hey, sister, you know how we got over here to America, right? You ever heard about the transatlantic slave trade? Never heard about the transatlantic slave trade? Well, we came from West, they brought us over here from West Africa. Because I know you done seen Roots before, right? Never seen the movie Roots? Okay, cool. Well, as you already probably know, our people was in slavery. They was on cotton fields picking cotton. But the question is, how did they get over here in America picking cotton on the cotton fields? You see what I'm saying? Well, according to the Bible, Moses, probably about 3,000 some years, 3,000 plus years ago, Moses prophesied that basically the Israelites was going to go into slavery. But they was going to go into slavery on ships. And we're going to show you in the Bible that what happened to us in the transatlantic slave trade is actually in the Bible. So this whole book's been talking about us. We're going to show you. Let's get it.
Deuteronomy 28 and 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So it says the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt with ships. If you know anything about when Moses and when the Israelites was in Egypt the first time, you remember let my people go when they was in Egypt? When Moses used to say, I know you probably heard them say that before, right? Okay, cool. But when Moses and them was in Egypt the first time, what they was going through was hard bondage. They went into slavery. They had to build up the infrastructure of the Egyptians. You see what I'm saying? So the Lord is saying what? Because when you go into Exodus 20 and 2, it says that Egypt is equivalent to bondage. So it's talking about I'm going to send you to Egypt again, but it's talking about it in a spiritual way. It's talking about I'm going to send you to a place where you're going to go to bondage, but you're going to this place on ships. Now watch this.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
So it says we shall not see it no more again. We wasn't going to see our homeland again. You see what I'm saying? We wasn't going to see our homeland again, but we was going to a place on ships where we was going to be enslaved. Now watch this.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies, for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
We was going to be sold to our enemies. When we got over here, we was sold to who? The white people. Yeah, white people. We sold to white people. We were sold to, and the Bible just said what? You shall be sold unto who? Your enemies. So the Bible is literally clarifying what? It's saying who? It's saying that people we were sold to are enemies.
Right.
You see that? Yeah, that's what it's saying. You see that?
I've always believed that
You see?
my mom, she just passed away.
Sorry to hear that, sister.
And she had told me about how, she had to get
Sorry to hear that, sir. And you know what my grandmother did? You know, my grandmother had to pick cotton. They had her out there in the field. You know what I'm saying? So, and, you know, it's sad because, you know, those things pass down. When you think about it psychologically, how it has passed down to our descendants. You see what I'm saying? And that just said what? That said that when we get to this place, it said that we're going to be sold to our enemies for bondmen and bondwomen. So we was going to get sold. We was going to get put on them auction blocks. And that's what happened to our people. We got put on auction blocks where we was sold to another people. So we talk about whole households being separated. See, a lot of times we look at the households now, the family structure now. You got the man out the house, the man get locked up. Now the woman got to take care of all the kids. But you got to remember, this ain't nothing new to us because during slavery time, they were separating the families. You see what I'm saying? They'll take the dad away or they take the child away, the child being raised by a whole nother people. You see what I'm saying? And that's actually in the Bible. Go to Deuteronomy 28, 30, I think 32 or 34. Matter of fact, just go to Deuteronomy 28, KJV, and then we'll read, I think it's 32. I want to show you in the Bible because these are some of the curses that came upon us. So us going into slavery on ships, that's one of the curses that came upon our people. So that's one I read. I'm going to read another one of some other stuff. Oh, and sister, too. Sister. Okay, cool. I'll praise it. Let's go to Deuteronomy 28. It's 32. Okay, now listen to this. This is another curse that came upon us. And when you think about this, think about something, because this happens to our families every day. When this happens to our families every day, I'm going to show you. Let's get it.
Deuteronomy 28:32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given to another people. So it's prophesied that our sons and our daughters was going to be given unto another people. And you got to think about it. When you see who? When them child services come and take your child, man. That's happening to our people at a high rate. They losing their kids. And then it was happening during slavery times. Just like what we was just talking about on them auction blocks where they would sit up there and send one child over here and the mother would never see their child again. Let's see. Get the rest of it.
And thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long. And there shall be no might in thine hand.
So there was going to be no strength in our hand to get our kids back, man. And that's how this system is set up. It's set up to keep our people at the bottom. But it's set up to keep their people continually flourishing. You see what I'm saying? And that's what we're going through as a nation right now. And just as I showed you, as I brought out before, it's because we broke God's commandments. So we have to come back to keeping His commandments. Because see, the thing is, the church been around for a while. They haven't taught us how to love God. They tell us that all we got to do is just believe. Just believe you're going to make it into heaven. And that's not true, sis. The sister just said it. Hey, it's not true. And not only is it not true, they also tell us this. They'll sit up there and go to the scripture and be like, you got to love your enemies. But, so, you mean to tell me the same slave master that been beating our head in, we got to continue to love them? And they don't even understand where that scripture come from. Go to Leviticus 19. I want to show you who it's talking about when it says love thy neighbor. Because they think that your neighbor is the so-called white man that's been beating your head in. But they don't even realize the Most High God would send His people to slaughter a whole nation of people. Where was the love then? The Most High God literally told I think it was Saul. It was Saul. He told Saul, I want you to go kill the Amalekites. The Amalekites is the so-called, they go back to the so-called Jewish men. The so-called Jewish man that's over there in the land, the fraud. He said, I want you to go through their land and kill all of them. Kids, all of them. You see what I'm saying? Where was love thy neighbor then? Right. And the Bible tells you that the Most High God is not somebody that's going to change. He ain't changing. So if he was like that, he was down and about that then, he's still bothered. You see what I'm saying? Now watch this, let's get it. Yeah, 19 and go to 19 and 7. I think 19 and 17. I want to show you. I want to show you what it's talking about when it says love thy neighbor. And see, this is where Martin Luther King and them went wrong. Martin Luther King, and even at the end of his life, he sat up there and said, I may have led my people into a burning, I think it was a burning house, he said. Because he realized these niggas ain't gonna never change, man. These white folks ain't gonna never change. The Bible already had told us, but see, he didn't understand it until it was too late. You feel me? Now we come out, now it's time for the prophets to come out and let our people know what we need to do. Now watch this, let's get it.
Leviticus 19 and 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother.
Not there. it was weird. No, it's 18. It's 18. It's fine.
Leviticus 19.
Well, yeah. Read 17 and 18. Watch this. That's cool. You're right.
Leviticus 19 and 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
It says, thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. And what people always do, be like, oh, that's talking about everybody.
Right.
Don't the white nation, that's your brother, the Chinese man, your brother. But these niggas don't even look at us like brothers.
Right.
Let's be real.
They don't.
They don't. You go up in these stores and buy all their products, they look at you like you're a damn nigga.
And don't be a penny short because you might not get the bag.
What she say, man? You heard what she said? You damn right, sister. You damn right. You damn right. Let's continue. That's Sister Smith. How you doing, sister? Let's get it.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor, and not suffer sin upon him.
Okay.
Verse 18.
Now watch this, sister.
Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
We shouldn't be bearing grudges in it said we shouldn't bear a grudge and we shouldn't avenge the children of thy people. Now we know who it's talking about. It's talking about the context. When you look at the context, it's talking about who? It's talking about the children of thy people. It's not talking about the other nations. It's talking about the children of thy people. We got to be thinking about our own people. It's not time to be sitting up there thinking about the Chinese man. Because the Chinese man ain't thinking about you.
Right.
He filling his pockets.
Right.
You feel me? The white man ain't thinking about you. He got his slave. What's up,
What's
sister?
the difference between y'all and Israel?
Okay, so
IUIC. I follow that.
Okay, cool. Well, the thing is, just doctrines. It was just doctrines. We all believe, majority of the Israelites believe that we got to keep the law. You see what I'm saying? But I would say just probably doctrines. You know what I'm saying? See, who we watch Sakari. We watch Sakari and stuff like that. So, but for the most part, I mean, those are our brothers. IUIC. Shout out to Bishop Nathaniel. For real. You know, all praise
I
to the
never
Most
met
High.
him, but I started following him about 4 years ago.
Uh-huh.
I just wanted to, because every time I see him, I was late for work one day because they came here and I was like, I took a vacation going down there, going to Indianapolis because they got a camp down there.
Yeah, I know.
I'm going to go down there and visit, so I just stopped to see what was the difference. Y'all do the same thing too.
Yeah. We for the most part, majority of the camps teach the same. Majority of the camps are about, keeping the commandments and stuff like that. Majority of the camps. Majority of the camps. But, we just got different, they might have like different doctrinal, differences, but for the most part, those are the brothers.
Yeah, y'all speak the same thing. Like they speak about the holiday.
About keeping them.
Christmas, witchcraft, how we watch different stuff.
And matter of fact,
watching ourselves.
1 Samuel 15. I want to show you. Matter of fact, and just like you said about witchcraft, what did Samuel say? Go to 1 Samuel, I think it's 1 Samuel 15, it might be 23, but just type in 1 Samuel 15.
Oh, wait a minute, y'all got me down here.
Alright, we got you. Hold on, sister.
Look, I was coming to get my hair done.
And you ran into it. We was about to go. Like I told the sister right here. We was about to go downtown. See, she was asleep when we was out here teaching. She woke up.
That word, man.
IUIC, I was late, but they came down here last year. I was literally late for work. I was like 20 minutes late for work. I was so happy to see them. They were just so shocked because I've been following them so long. So when they finally came to Fort Wayne, I didn't know how to help them.
Okay, look. Let's get right there, 23. 1 Samuel 15, 23. Let's get it.
1 Samuel 15:23. For rebellion, it is as the sin of witchcraft.
So it says rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. So you just was talking about how they talk about So when you rebelling against the Most High God, rebelling against His commandments, you just as guilty as committing witchcraft, according to the Bible. You know what I'm saying? So we got a lot of witches walking around this world. A lot of people think it's just like, it's just you dealing with the divination and dealing with all that, but rebelling against God's commandments is witchcraft. You see what I'm saying? So that's when we come out. We come out, like you said, basically the same thing. The heathens, they going into slavery. We come out, we let our people know that pretty soon, matter of fact, get Matthew 20 and 16. We're going to be on the top soon. But we have to keep the commandments of God. We have to learn. We have to come back to the right path.
We're all connected, but at the same time, they keep us fighting and hating.
And that's what they do.
And it's so crazy because I ran into this one girl, like, she was just so mad. She was just trying to argue. I was like, you want something? I'm not about to argue.
Exactly.
Fight for what? I I said that was wrong with us. We fight each other so much instead of helping everybody.
Exactly, and like we was talking about the other day, like the thing is, like for instance, like even when you think about all this music, a lot of the music and stuff like that they putting out, and it's putting a stronghold, like you said, it's dealing to it's putting a stronghold on our kids. But another thing too, all they sit up there and sponsor is killing each other, us killing each other.
Us killing
you know,
each other. Our young black African queen got them thinking it's okay to wear your ass. Your
exactly.
How
and who giving them money to do it? The so-called the one that's giving them money is the so-called Jewish man that's giving them money. Amalek is giving them money to do this, to sit up there and make music about killing each other. And the thing about it, the crazy thing about this, about them doing this, we sit up there and fall for it
all the time.
But look, I said this: let us sit up there and make some tracks talking about killing the Edomites, killing the so-called white man. Let's make tracks about that. They can be like, "Oh, you racist."
Right.
We racist when we sit up there and want to stand for ourselves and stand for our people.
Right.
But when they sit up there and do it, it's just normal. They laughing at our music. Us killing.
It's because they laughing at our music because like I was, and before I even found the truth or like still learning, but like it opened my eyes up to a lot of stuff around here. Like I listen to country music. And I listen to country music versus our music. They country music don't be like, yeah, go shake this, go snort this, go pop a pill. They more about loving and pulling together in their music.
It's only what the so-called Negro man and the Latino. It's only us, man. Yeah. We just hate each other so much. But I mean, it shows you that the curses that came upon us that caused us to hate each other like that, man. It calls for the brother to sit up there and look at a brother and be like, man, I hate you, and I gotta kill you. I want to kill you. Exactly. When in reality, like how you came up here and how we talking to the sister right here, like it should be love, man. We should be loving each other. And see, if we kept these commandments, we would understand that. Because niggas want to get mad and don't want to keep the commandments. That's why niggas is getting gunned down every day. You feel me? That's why they getting gunned down every day.
Like for us, I know, like for us African female. They don't want us to wear our natural. That's why they want us to buy the weed and the
You heard what she said, sister?
It took me a long time to learn that, so I rock my natural hair a lot more.
And it's so, and what it is white supremacy is so ingrained in us. We think like, oh well, I gotta have, we think that's ugly. That's what we believe because they have taught us to hate ourselves.
Right.
When in reality, man, you gotta think about who you instantly call Jesus Christ, Yahweh Shai. His hair, he wore puffy hair, man. He came out in a fro. So, why do we hate that? So now we sitting up there saying we hate Yahweh Shai. At that point, because he came out, matter of fact, let's get the image up. Go to the image. We gotta get the image so we can get this ingrained, because I already know the sister know, but I'm gonna bring it out anyway because we gotta get this ingrained in our minds. Why Jesus have destroyed us, man. This devil right here has destroyed our people, man.
And we still trying to like the United States, we run, like we face that. The United States is the devil. And your kids are there. I said United States is who we battle. That's our wrong. Like, yeah.
That's true. Let's get it. We're gonna get it. Anyway, since you up here.
Revelation 1:14.
Listen to this, sister.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
His head and his hairs were white like wool. Woolly in texture. When you look at it, this brother got woolly hair right here. You can see woolly and you can see the woolly hair.
Right.
And when you look at white Jesus, that devil ain't got woolly hair.
Right.
So who the hell is that?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay, let's continue.
As white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
So his eyes was as a flame of fire. Why was his eyes as a flame of fire? Because he had that indignation. I know you heard the term of got that fire in your eyes. He had that indignation, man, because he seen what his people was going through. Because even when you look back at the history of it, when you originally called Jesus Christ, Yahweh Shai, they was under suppressed. They was being oppressed by the Romans at that time.
Right.
And the Romans go back to who? The so-called white men. So they were being oppressed. So he had white tetrarchs over him at that time. King Herod was a so-called white man. That was over him.
That's just like when we was younger. I was watching our UIC.
Yeah, go ahead.
I also was on it because it's like when we was kids, we was watching it, you know, Men's in Dress. They started off. So we laughing, but knowing in the back of our head, that's not cool. So we seen it so much, so they brainwashed it. So now we done seen it over the year. Now they made it okay, which we all know that that's not okay. That is not.
And she right, and she's so right, because you know a lot of times what they do is they put these in these movies and through the media and all that. They sit up there and put in your mind, and that's how they done crossed over with everything.
But guess
they
who
start
owned it though?
The so-called white men, and what they do is they put it here, then now it's all over the place. That's just like homosexuality.
And they okay with it. Like,
Back then, you get your ass kicked for being.
the word